My beloved child, stop for a moment and listen closely, because the gray-haired man connected to your story has just become the center of a revelation your soulmate never expected to discover. Something about this man has been hidden behind ordinary conversations, quiet appearances, and moments that seemed completely meaningless. But recently, your soulmate noticed something that changed the way they understood everything about you. They realized this man was not simply someone passing through your life. There was a deeper connection, one that somehow reaches toward your past, your present, and the person you love. Don't skip, because the next part of this story explains why your soulmate suddenly became so thoughtful after learning the truth. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The strange part is that the gray-haired man may have known something about your journey long before your soulmate ever understood it. And when that hidden connection finally became clear, your soulmate was left wondering how many signs they had overlooked. At first, your soulmate could not understand why this man seemed unusually familiar with certain details surrounding you. It was not about gossip, drama, or anything dangerous. It was about recognition. A name, a memory, a place, or even a simple statement suddenly connected pieces that had never seemed related before. Your soulmate began replaying old conversations in their mind and asking themselves one powerful question: how did he know? That question opened a door to a much bigger realization. The gray-haired man appeared to represent a bridge between two chapters of your life, one your soulmate knew about and another they had never seen. Don't skip, because this is where the emotional meaning becomes stronger. Your soulmate started realizing that certain events involving you may not have been random at all. They began seeing a pattern, and that pattern pointed directly toward a connection that had remained unnoticed for far too long. And now comes the revelation that makes this story impossible to ignore. The gray-haired man may be connected to the reason your soulmate crossed paths with you at such an unexpected moment. His role was never about taking your place or controlling your future. Instead, his presence may have been part of a chain of events that brought two people closer without either one understanding why. Your soulmate is beginning to realize that what they once considered coincidence may have carried a deeper meaning. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There is still one detail they have not fully understood. The detail that explains why this man seemed to recognize something special about you before your soulmate could put it into words. And when that final piece becomes clear, your soulmate may finally understand why meeting you changed the direction of their entire story. There is one detail your soulmate cannot stop thinking about, and it completely changes the meaning of everything that happened before. The gray-haired man did not simply appear in this story by accident. Your soulmate has begun connecting small moments that once seemed insignificant, and one particular memory suddenly stands out. They remember the way this man looked at you, the calmness in his expression, and the strange certainty in his words. Nothing dramatic happened on the surface, yet something about that moment stayed in your soulmate's mind. Don't skip, because this is where the hidden connection becomes even more fascinating. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that the gray-haired man may have recognized a quality in you that others failed to notice, the kind of quality that cannot be explained by appearances or ordinary conversation. Then your soulmate discovered another piece of information. It was not a secret designed to frighten anyone. It was simply a forgotten connection between people, memories, and circumstances that had remained unexplained for a long time. Suddenly, the gray-haired man's presence made more sense. He seemed connected to a chapter that existed before your soulmate fully understood their feelings for you. That realization created an emotional shift. Your soulmate began looking at your journey differently, wondering whether certain meetings, delays, conversations, and unexpected moments had quietly brought you toward one another. The more they thought about it, the more impossible it became to dismiss. And that is why they are now paying attention to details they once ignored. If this story feels strangely familiar, don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because the most important connection has not yet been revealed. Here is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Your soulmate is starting to realize that the gray-haired man may know something about the person they love that they themselves never fully understood. Not a secret meant to create fear, but a truth about your character, your journey, and the reason your presence left such a lasting impression. The gray-haired man may have seen your strength during a time when nobody else noticed it. He may have understood your value before your soulmate had the courage to admit what they felt. And now that your soulmate has discovered this connection, they are looking backward with completely different eyes. They are asking themselves whether the gray-haired man was quietly pointing them toward a truth they were not ready to see. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next discovery could finally explain why this mysterious connection appeared in your love story at exactly the right moment. The moment your soulmate understood that the gray-haired man had been connected to an earlier chapter of your story, everything suddenly felt different. They began remembering tiny details they had previously dismissed, the unusual timing of certain meetings, the words spoken in passing, and the strange feeling that some moments carried more meaning than they appeared to. Your soulmate realized they had been looking at the story from only one direction. They saw you, they saw their feelings for you, but they never stopped to ask who else had quietly influenced the path between you. Now that question is impossible to ignore. Don't skip, because the next discovery takes this connection somewhere your soulmate never expected. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the gray-haired man's real significance is about to become clearer. Then came the detail that made your soulmate pause. They discovered that this man had once crossed paths with someone connected to your life during a moment that mattered. It could have been through work, family, an old friendship, a shared location, or a simple conversation that seemed ordinary at the time. The connection was not obvious because years or circumstances had separated the pieces. But when your soulmate placed those pieces together, they suddenly recognized a pattern. The gray-haired man was not simply connected to one person in your story. He appeared to stand at the meeting point of several important moments. That realization made your soulmate wonder whether his presence had helped create an opportunity for two paths to cross. Don't skip now. Something huge is waiting for you, because this is not where the mystery ends. And then your soulmate noticed the most emotional part of all. The gray-haired man seemed to understand something about you that your soulmate had struggled to express themselves. He recognized that behind your quiet moments was a person with dreams, memories, and emotions that deserved to be understood rather than judged. Your soulmate suddenly realized why certain things about you had always felt different. They began understanding that their connection with you was not built from one dramatic moment, but from countless small moments that gradually changed their perspective. The gray-haired man may have simply been one of the unexpected links in that chain. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because your soulmate is now approaching the one revelation that could explain why this mysterious man appeared in your story. And why his connection to you may be far more meaningful than anyone first imagined. Something happened next that made your soulmate look at the entire situation from a completely different angle. They started asking questions about the gray-haired man that they had never thought to ask before. Why did he seem to recognize certain things about you? Why did his words carry such unusual certainty? And why did his presence seem connected to moments when your relationship was approaching an important turning point? The answers were not immediate, but every small piece seemed to point toward the same conclusion. Don't skip, because this is where the mystery begins opening wider. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and your soulmate is about to understand why this man became connected to your story in the first place. Then your soulmate remembered a conversation that had seemed completely ordinary at the time. The gray-haired man had spoken about recognizing people who enter your life for a reason, even when you do not understand that reason immediately. Those words suddenly sounded different. Your soulmate wondered whether the man had been speaking from personal experience, because he seemed unusually certain that some connections cannot be explained by timing alone. That thought stayed with your soulmate for hours. They began realizing that their connection with you had also developed through unexpected circumstances. One moment led to another, and before they knew it, you had become someone they could not simply forget. Now they were wondering whether the gray-haired man had noticed this connection long before they were ready to acknowledge it. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. But the biggest surprise was still ahead. Your soulmate discovered that the gray-haired man's connection to you was not necessarily about one event, it was about influence. Somewhere along the way, something he said, something he remembered, or something he understood may have helped your soulmate see you differently. Suddenly, qualities they once overlooked became impossible to ignore. Your patience, your presence, your resilience, and the way you continued moving forward began to mean something deeper. Your soulmate realized that the gray-haired man may have been one of those unexpected people who quietly reveals a truth without realizing how powerful that truth can become. And now your soulmate is looking at you with a completely changed perspective. Something huge is waiting for you, so stay till the end. Don't skip, because the next part reveals the one connection your soulmate never imagined would bring them even closer to understanding your place in their life. The mystery deepened when your soulmate finally realized that the gray-haired man had been carrying a piece of the story that your soulmate had never possessed. Suddenly, old memories began connecting in a way that felt almost unbelievable. A familiar name, a forgotten conversation, and an unexpected meeting seemed to form one continuous thread leading back toward you. Your soulmate started wondering whether they had misunderstood certain moments all along. What once looked like coincidence now appeared to have a meaningful connection. Don't skip, because this is the moment when the story begins moving toward its biggest revelation. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and there is still one important piece your soulmate has not discovered. Then came a quiet realization that affected your soulmate deeply. The gray-haired man seemed to understand that your story was never simply about romance. He recognized that you had your own journey, your own challenges, and your own reasons for becoming the person you are today. Your soulmate suddenly understood why this man had always seemed so calm whenever your name came up. It was almost as though he already knew that your presence would eventually become important. Your soulmate began thinking about every time they had underestimated the significance of your connection. They remembered moments when they almost walked away, moments when they questioned their feelings, and moments when circumstances seemed to create distance. Yet somehow, the story kept bringing their attention back to you. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. And then your soulmate noticed the detail that changed everything. The gray-haired man was not trying to become part of your relationship. He was connected to the reason your soulmate finally began seeing the truth clearly. His role may have been that of a quiet observer, a guide, or simply someone whose presence revealed information at exactly the right moment. Your soulmate realized that the man did not need to explain everything because the evidence was already appearing through the memories they shared. Suddenly, your soulmate understood that some people enter our stories not to stay forever, but to reveal something we were not ready to recognize before. And what was revealed was your importance. Your soulmate now knows that losing sight of you would mean ignoring a connection that changed them from the inside. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next revelation brings the gray-haired man's connection to your soulmate into an entirely unexpected light. The truth became even clearer when your soulmate discovered that the gray-haired man had noticed something long before they did. It was not a secret message or a mysterious prediction, it was a simple observation about the way your presence affected people around you. Your soulmate suddenly remembered how conversations changed whenever your name appeared, how certain memories made them unexpectedly thoughtful, and how they always seemed to return to the same question. Why did meeting you matter so much? The gray-haired man had apparently recognized that change before your soulmate was willing to admit it. Don't skip, because this realization shifts the entire story. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and your soulmate is finally beginning to understand the role this man played. Then your soulmate uncovered another connection. The gray-haired man had been familiar with a person, place, or memory that existed somewhere in the background of your life. That connection explained why he seemed to recognize details that surprised your soulmate. Suddenly, an old chapter and a new chapter appeared to overlap. Your soulmate realized that the gray-haired man may have unknowingly carried information from one chapter into another, allowing pieces of your story to become visible at the exact moment they were needed. It was almost like finding the missing piece of a puzzle after searching everywhere else. Your soulmate could not stop thinking about what this meant for the future. If one overlooked connection could reveal so much, what else had they failed to notice? Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. But the most powerful realization was emotional. Your soulmate finally understood that the gray-haired man was not the reason your connection existed. He was simply one of the people who helped reveal what was already there. That distinction changed everything. Your soulmate began looking beyond circumstances and focusing on the feelings, memories, and moments that had remained consistent despite everything around them. They realized that your importance could not be explained by one conversation or one person. It had grown naturally through time. And now the gray-haired man's connection had become a mirror, showing your soulmate something they had been avoiding. You had left a deeper impression on them than they ever admitted. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next revelation may explain why your soulmate suddenly feels that the story between you and them still has an unfinished chapter. The next clue appeared in the most unexpected way, and your soulmate immediately remembered the gray-haired man's expression when your name was mentioned. It was not a dramatic reaction, but it was enough to make your soulmate